All right. Welcome back to another episode. If you're new to the channel, my name's Christian. Alongside me is one of our real estate experts, Crystal. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm actually excited to show this one because I personally went to this community here. We're in Bartow, Florida. We're going to give you the full breakdown, everything you need to know, community tour, home tour, all the numbers, and you're going to get tips and tricks on how we are able to help a lot of you all save a ton of money by finding the best deals. The floor is yours.
All right. Yeah, I had a buyer tell me about this community, and I was like, man, I need to get out to Bartow and check this out. So, this is a 591 home Meritage exclusive community,
Yeah, so
and
just
it's
Meritage inside of this
gorgeous.
community, no other builders, which I do like this because you don't have to work around other ideas. So if Meritage, which they do, and you're going to talk about it, I guess. So if Meritage has this idea or this vision of what they want a community to look like, they can make it happen.
Right. And I was told that the lots are 40-foot lots, but when you look at this, I don't know how they did that because I feel like the houses are spaced out more
Yeah.
than in other communities. It seems like there's a bigger gap between the houses, which is a complaint a lot of people get when they come to Florida is, I don't want my neighbors right next to me where I can reach out and touch their house. And it does look like there's a wider footprint than what there normally is in these communities.
And
So
no rear neighbors too, which is huge.
yeah.
So I think that the lots in this community make a ton of sense. You always seem to get some sort of pond or conservation view with no rear neighbors, which is huge. So I
Mhm.
think it really checks the box when it comes to like lots.
Yes. Yeah. Your house is either going to back up to a road, a pond, or conservation area. And then, so if you're on the outside edge of the neighborhood too, they're putting up that privacy fence in the back. So all you have to do is add it on the side. So you can see that there, they've got the privacy fence all along the back of the houses leading to the conservation area.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty unique for our area. I don't know if they do that in other places a lot, but that's not something you see in Polk County a lot.
Not a lot. Let me well because they share, like you said, this is exclusive Meritage. They share these different communities. Like usually you'll see some other builders in there. Let me show everybody where we're at here. Okay, so we're in the city of Bartow. Here's Orlando. Here's Tampa. Now that we're really doing so much over the last few years in Polk, you start to really divide, right? Like which city is in Orlando suburb, which city is a Tampa suburb, right? Like Winter Haven is kind of becoming, it's in the middle, but kind of in Orlando. But check this out. Bartow to me is more of a Tampa. So you're just under Lakeland, which is the fast growing Lakeland here. You're about 18 minutes to downtown Lakeland. Crystal, what's your favorite thing to do real quick in downtown Lakeland?
1961.
1961. I like it too. You're about 45 minutes to downtown Tampa. And you're about, did I just do that twice? Maybe two times. Downtown Tampa two times. Look, this one says 50 minutes. This one says 45. Welcome to Florida.
Yeah,
Welcome
you can go to the
to
interstate. You can take that Highway 60. Brandon, there's a lot of shopping and restaurants in Brandon, Top Golf.
Highway
Um,
60 is so underrated. Yeah, you bring
yeah.
that part up. So most people take this Interstate I-4. The only positive to this, if you're somebody that wants to kind of go back and forth, is Orlando, right? 60 doesn't go to Orlando, but if you want to go coast to coast, check this out. And no traffic, which is huge until you start to get into that Brandon area. And like you said, there's a lot to do. There's a lot to
Yeah,
do in Brandon.
Bartow's grown a lot in the last few years. They've got a brand new Chick-fil-A. They've got a big Aldi there now. Of course, there's Publix and everything else that you expect to find in a normal Florida town.
That's
So,
right. Small
yeah.
town Bartow has quite a bit to do, a little charming downtown, and the courthouse is down there as well. I did forget to mention just underneath Crystal, team at morefla.com. That's the best way to reach us. Congrats to everybody that we've been helping out. A lot of you, a lot of the subscribers are become our clients, right? So team at morefla.com, we have charged our clients $0 for the whole year of 2024 to utilize our services. So what are you waiting on?
Yeah. Yeah, and we were having a big discussion about this today. Reach out to us. We
Before
keep
you talk
saying
to the builder, you must reach
before you
out to
talk to
us.
the builder and let us help you. It's sometimes people I think impulsively just want to get out there and start looking and reach out to us. You can go look, but we need to have that contact with you. We need to have, we'll get you registered. We can get appointments set up. That
Yep.
way we can definitely be in your corner.
Yep.
We want to go look with you, but if you get out there by yourself, we can still help you if we're your point of contact. So
Yeah, we do also get, so a lot of you email us before time. We also get emails afterwards sometimes when people run into these situations and they don't know what to do and they're already under contract with the builder. You got to reach us beforehand. Like, I would love to sit down and help you out, but you have to reach us beforehand. You know, people are running into issues during these inspections, deposits, all sorts of things. But either way, let's focus back in on this community. Could you hit us with the numbers on the fees, the amenities, and then we can push over to a home tour?
okay, so amenities in this community, you're going to have a clubhouse, a resort style pool that we showed there in the beginning. I think I froze up a little bit, so hope
It
you
was
heard
coming
that.
along.
Clubhouse pool fitness center. This community is also going to have pickleball courts like we saw at the springs at Lake Alfred, and playground, dog park, walking trails. It's good. It's great. It's got a low HOA, $16 a month. CDD is a little bit higher than what we saw at Springs at Lake Alfred. It's going to be around $215 a month.
Okay.
So all in about $231 for your amenities there.
Gotcha. But comes with a fitness facility is what you were saying. So fitness facility, pool, pickleball courts, obviously walking trails. Another thing to mention, sidewalks throughout the entire community. It just feels like it's an inviting community. I always like communities that have these windy roads. When they start to really get like perpendicular to each other, it becomes very bland and mundane, and you can see down all of these streets. They really offer privacy when you have these windy roads. These are just little things over the years that we like to bring attention to our clients with.
Right. So if you ever looked at Meritage website, they divide up their homes and they've got 3 divisions in this community. They've got your Premier series, they've got your Classic, and your Signature series. And you can actually find small homes, large homes in all the series, but the price ranges are a little bit different. So you can start as low as $281,000 in this neighborhood, and then the highest base price is at $499 right now, and that's a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath home.
3-car garage. You can go up to 3-car garage. You know, they have the higher series inside of this community will have things like covered lanais. They will have your gourmet kitchens, which means you have that dual oven that's kind of built in. Looks very nice. We're going to show you a home that's available right now. I don't know exactly which series it is in, but what Crystal's saying is that I think any type of buyer could buy in this particular community. We actually had so many people call us about that Yellowstone model. They have it in this community. They do have it. We actually have people currently looking at it. Actually, we have somebody under contract right now in this community.
Yes, and I wanted to tell you with that Yellowstone, so just comparing the two communities. So you're moving to Polk County, you don't really have a preference, too much about being close to I-4 or not, because you're going to be on opposite ends of the county with these two neighborhoods. The Yellowstone and Lake Alfred's base price right now is $365,000. Your total monthly in there is about $197 on your HOA and your CDD.
Mm-hmm.
The Yellowstone here starts at $347.
It's more affordable here.
It starts lower here, but you're not going to get a covered lanai here on the Yellowstone. And remember, Springs at Lake Alfred has that really cool walled-in front porch.
Yeah.
Right now, Bartow's closer to restaurants and shopping because Lake Alfred's, kind of adding those things in. I mean, you're not far from things there, but if you want to go right outside your neighborhood and hit the grocery store, this is probably the neighborhood for you. Our buyer liked it better because you're closer to a hospital and things like that. So
yeah, there's a hospital right outside of the community. I don't know how people feel about that. Some people may say, well, do I like that? Do I not like that? I mean, it's not. It's actually a very nice hospital, and it's not like right outside of a community, but there is kind of a road that leads down to it for people. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a positive. We see a lot of people, especially when they're moving to some of the newer areas. Bartow's not a new area, but like a Wesley Chapel is. Like, people are chasing the hospitals. There are better jobs there, and you're just going to have better peace of mind when you're near the hospital.
We've had several clients this year that have older parents that they're taking care of. Mm-hmm. So that could be a plus for someone like that, or if you have a chronic condition or something. So that's things you have to consider. How far would my drive to the hospital be if I had an emergency? So
especially on the resale side, right? You may not need it, but when you go to sell your home in the future, a lot of people need to be by hospitals, right? So it's a plus.
That's true.
Cool. Anything else about this community before we hop into this particular home?
Nope. I'm ready to see the house. So this is a spec house we're going to see. It's not a model.
which I
This house,
like because people finally they get to see what it looks like. Another thing
yeah.
too, when you do work with us, you will take a look at some of the models, but our job is to slow you down, give you a hug and say, "Hey, take a deep breath. I know you love this model. We're going to go up the road and we're going to go look at something that is completely built because it's not going to have all the furniture and it's not going to have the wallpaper and it's not going to have the special lights and cookies and snacks, and that way you get
Yeah.
an understanding of what it really looks like." So I
No
love specs.
shiplap. No shiplap in the entryway.
No, yeah, no shiplap in the entryway.
So yeah, I really like the finishes on the front of this house though. I love the door color. It's kind of a pretty Florida, beachy color, but it's not bright and crazy.
So you have board and
I know
bat
you
up top.
it's wonderful.
You have the brick exterior, 2-car garage. The entryways push back a little bit. Some people like it, some people don't. But I'm looking at this picture window right here. You won't see that at the entry level. I do want to bring that up real quick. Meritage in our book, move up builder, right? Especially here in this particular community because you are selecting some of the finishes that you want, right? And they do come in packages, but you get options if you get in early enough. So
Right. But for the price of this home, you could be a first-time home buyer. This would be a great starter home for a young family. Or, if you're moving to Florida and you're a snowbird and you don't want too much house to deal with, this would be a great house for you. It's about with 1,607 square feet in
okay, so
here.
1607. What are the
Yeah.
bedrooms?
It is a 4-bedroom,
Okay,
2-bathroom house.
4-2.
Hmm.
I love 4-2s with that type of square footage. I'm interested in seeing the bedrooms and how they're laid out. But something to note in this community, right? Quartz or granite. Do they do any Formica or anything like that, or is this their
I
standard?
have not seen
Okay,
any cheap countertops in the Meritage houses,
so
thankfully.
this is
They,
quartz, a lot stronger than granite. I'm a granite person myself, but a lot of people love quartz.
I'm going to say I've got quartz,
Yeah,
and we have managed to chip the heck out of our
have you
countertops.
really?
I have no idea. The edges, there's chips all along the edges, and they're not
Hmm.
supposed to chip. So I think my next house, I'm going to go for granite and
Okay.
just
Gotcha. I mean,
see how
hey, listen, walls are sturdy, but that
teenage
doesn't stop
boys
toys
and
from getting thrown in them and, markers to get drawn on them. And so things happen. I do want to
yeah, you
mention
pull a dish out of the dishwasher, you kind of bump the edge of the counter sometimes, and
yeah,
it
exactly.
has.
I do want to mention on this particular series, right? This is the series, the tiered down series in this particular community, right? We were talking about the kitchens, right? This is not a gourmet kitchen, right? So here's your oven down here, here's your stove, and your microwave over the top. So it's a very standard kitchen, but they do this so you can get in at an affordable price point.
And it's still a large kitchen. I mean, compared to a lot of resale houses we can go into, older homes that would be at this price point, you are
Oh yeah.
not going to get that nice of a kitchen. So,
So 1607, you showed this particular home because one of our clients actually wanted this one. They went with a different one, but this is one that they wanted.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, this one is available, move in ready right now. They really wouldn't want to sell this to someone who isn't ready to close really quickly. So, what we have is a contingency for our buyer for him to sell his home. So, what happens is, I was given the example when you do a resale home, it's like, this is the home I'm buying, and here's my contingency for my house to close. That buyer may work with you on extensions if you need them. But with a builder, they're going to often say, well, we need to sell this house now. We've got another one that's in process of being built that'll be ready in 45 days or 60 days, however long
Hmm.
you need. So that's the one we're going to put you under contract for. So you could start out under contract on one and get switched to another. Just be aware of that if your contingency is longer.
Yeah, so
Uh,
a builder's job is to sell a product, right? And the lowest hanging product, meaning the one that's most complete, they want to sell right away. Contingencies in a builder's mind, those are, I don't want to say red flags, right? But a contingency could be an issue down the line. They're technically taking a home off the market for 30 days is what they probably would do. You got them to do 45 days for our clients. Another reason to make sure you're working with somebody. But so that's like, hey, I'm going to take my house off the market, this ready home for 30 days. And then what happens if that buyer doesn't make it happen? So they wasted 30 days on the market. So, to make sure you have somebody that's there for you so you can get the home that you want doesn't always happen. But
Right.
I guess what you're doing is you're just letting them know, like, hey, they may not take that home off the market. They may accept your contingency. They may not take it off the market. But if you like that particular model or floor plan, are there some others in that community that you could work with?
Yeah, and what can we get for you if they do need to move you to another house? Maybe you're not exactly excited. Man, that one had the white cabinets, and this one's going to have, brown, and I really wanted the white. Like, what else can we get for you to make up for that? Can we find you one in another community that has what you want? So,
I'm here to tell you, Crystal told me the incentives that are currently going on out here. You guys reach out to us. I think especially for something like this that's ready to, like, I know they're ready to get this off the book. When I run this through our system on how we operate, we can get you something on that. I really do think so. The only way we couldn't is if there's 3 other people that are offering on this home, and they give the builder what they want. You can't really compete with that. But if they're ready to sell this one, like now, today, tomorrow, like, give us a call or email team@morefla.com. Before you talk to the builder, you got to do it. What was
yes,
the price of
builders
this
reach
one?
out to us a lot with homes that they need to get off their books. And
Yeah.
we know sometimes, well, they're saying that this one's priced this much, but down the road, we can get you one a little bit less expensive. So
What was the price of this one again?
this one is 309,170.
309. And so what are with their incentive, the one that they're offering right now, right? They're giving, $10,000 or $15,000 in concessions, but they do have that they have a rate that they're offering people. Where are we seeing those rates at right now?
Around 4.5%. And you can use some of the concession money that they're offering if you qualify to try to get that down to as low as 3.99%.
3.99 if you qualify, obviously. Like, that's another reason why new construction has just been awesome. This is a builder that we really, really do like. But I really do think, like, a home like that, there's something there for you. Like, I think we can get you a little bit
I think
more.
we can do a little better, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Not that that's
If
not
you need
bad.
that money to buy down,
I think a
you
lot of people will
can
go
help.
in and gladly take that offer, right? It's a good offer, but what our job is to do is not to say, "Hey, that's a good offer, whoever we're going to help next." Our job is to say, "Hey, this is where we think that there's wiggle room," right? And let us do the dirty work for you, right? Let us ask those questions that are tougher, and then ultimately, either get a yes or no. And for me, like, my yeses or nos don't come from the rep. My yeses or nos come from management. I like to push things up to management because that's
Yeah.
where the real answers are, like how the builder is doing either that week, that month, that quarter, biannually. That's how we know where we can take advantage of things. But all in all, I really do like this community. I love the water. I love the walk of, the walking trails. It seems like a very inviting community. There's 2 entrances right now, but they're all on that same road. But what that's going to do is just help people that are living in that community not have to squeeze out of one entrance. So I think it's a smart thing.
Yeah, and I didn't say, but they are including all appliances and blinds in this community up front. So
Very nice. What we should probably do is show them what that, I think it's called Signature Series, like the next tier up with the gourmet kitchen. Maybe we should show them one of those homes. Do they have a Yellowstone out there that's a model or no?
I do
People
believe,
seem
yeah,
to
most
really
models
freaking like the
will.
amount of calls and emails we got on the Yellow. They're just, where's that home at? Where's that home at? So we appreciate you all for that. But it seems like it has always been a popular floor plan. But it seems like people really like it. It's like 2,200 square foot, but it feels so big.
Yeah, I can definitely get back out there and film, a bigger house,
Hmm.
another Yellowstone, and just show you the variety
Yep.
that's going to be in the
Or
neighborhood.
if you're somebody that's not in the state of Florida and you're relocating, right? We can go out there, get some shots of particular lots, that you want, or anything that you would need. Like, we are the boots on the ground for you. Team@morefla.com. You go all the way at the bottom of the description. There's other ways that you can reach us as well. And you got to hit the like button for us, people. Anything else for them before we hop off?
Just make sure you reach out to us first. Let us guide you
You
through
can
the
see,
process.
you
Have
can
your
see
back.
we're bringing it up, people. Like, we're bringing it up. Like, we
Yeah,
would
I
love to
mean,
help
we
you
want to help
before the
you, but
issues.
yeah, we want to help you, but it's a business too. So
Yeah, yeah.
the builder's not going to listen to us if we weren't there at the beginning. So
Exactly. As much as we would love to, but we know that even if, and I've talked about this on some other videos that aren't community breakdowns, right? Like, some of these builders, if you acknowledge that you received a postcard from them, they will say, nope, you can't have representation, right? That in your mind should be a red flag if a builder says you can't have representation. That should be a red flag in your mind, right? Because there's so much in not just the negotiating that we spoke about. Then when you start to get to inspections, like they have this process where it's not like steamrolling you, but it's like they just kind of ease you past the inspection process and just kind of do all of this nice stuff. You should come learn how your house operates. And it just buys past all of the nitty gritty, having somebody coming in and really seeing if this home is ready to go for you. So team at morefla.com, love to help you out. Good to go, Crystal?
Yep.
Awesome. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.